So I was in an African store just looking around, and I came upon these clay plates. I love that it has the crossroads. They are African. So I bought 2 of them. Now I'm going to use these as offering bowls. I have one which I'm going to wash, and I have another one here which I'm going to take this off. I bought 2 of them. And you can see, ooh, this is big. Look at that, it's beautiful. Beautiful clay plates. Now, in our traditions, we often make offerings to our spirits. Often you'll see them in clay plates or bowls, terracotta, okay? Or higueras or jicaras. These are higueras. This is a coconut. These are higueras or jicaras. So what I'm going to do is I just picked these up, and I just thought they were really beautiful. And I said to myself, these would make excellent offering bowls to the spirits. I didn't realize it then that it has the symbol of the crossroads there. So I'm going to wash these up and use them as offering bowls to the spirits. As I use las jicaras, these I picked up in Puerto Rico. This I picked up in Puerto Rico. These are from Puerto Rico. Yeah, from Puerto Rico. And I just picked them up. And they make them, you know, as dishes. Literally, this is what the Native Americans used to, the Taínos used as dishes or serving bowls. But these, the clay ones, are also very sacred to the spirits. So I'm going to give them a good washing because I want to cleanse and purify them very carefully. So I'm going to give these a good washing. Remove any energy that was in it before I picked them up. Now that I washed them, I have them here outside to dry with the sun. And I don't know if I'm going to prepare them. I'm going to prepare them, but I don't know if I'm going to decorate them. But I have these 2 offering bowls for spirits in mind, and I want you to see that. They are made of terracotta. And when I saw them, I thought of what spirits would love these as an offering bowl. What I'm most intrigued about, and I didn't notice when I was picking up, is the crossroads right there, or the cross. And they both have them. Look how quick they're drying. But look at that, I didn't notice the crossroads. And these are heavy, 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 heavy. So I'm just gonna let them sit there to dry. They're drying very quickly. In front of you, you see some of the tools that we use to honor the spirits in their certain ways. And you will notice that these items have not changed since prehistory. They have been used since the dawning of time in history. So right here we have some, of course, some higueras or jicaras. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. These are bowls made of the higuera or the jicara. This is a coconut spoon or a ladle. I got this in Puerto Rico. Right here we have a platos de jarro, okay, or earth clay bowls or serving bowls. Then you see some maracas, and over there you'll see another maraca, and you'll see some chequere de manos which are over here, chequere de manos. These are ancient tools that we've been using since the dawning of time to call on the spirit. Now, the first one that I'm going to talk about is right here. You'll see la maraca. These are from Puerto Rico, and these are something that the Taíno shamans would use. The Taíno shaman were called beiques, beique or boitu. Okay, this is the way that they would call in spirits or for celebration. Okay, and it's still used today. In fact, the word maraca that we use today comes from the Taíno word amaraca. Another word that some tribes in the Caribbean used was the tsatsa, which is where we get the cha-cha music, or the name for the cha-cha music, which is the tsatsa because of the noise it makes. Tsa, 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 you know what I'm saying? This is a tool of protection. It calls on your spirits. It's one of the most ancient tools that shamans used. And in fact, that the modern day rattle that we give to babies, you know, we give babies those little rattles, little maracas. They have their origins in this tool right here, because when a baby rattles it, it's a protection charm. Whether the child knows it or not, it's protecting himself. It's removing negative energy. So the shamans would rattle this to call on their semis or their spirits, but also to ward off negative spirits. Now you'll see that not just only in the Native American cultures, it's all over the world. Like I said, here are some chequere de manos that are made of gourd. Here I have another amaraca or maraca. Okay. Call on the spirit when I'm making an offering. Not just only to call on my spirits when I'm praying or meditating, I'm calling on the spirit, but I'm also warding off negative spirits. And it makes a sound like a rattlesnake to ward off negative spirits. So I just wanted to mention that before I go into the jar, los jarros, los platos de jarros, and the jícaras or higueras. So the oldest tool to man would be pretty much the stick. It's the way that they defended themselves, you know what I'm saying, from animals in nature. Another ancient tool was the gourds. They used gourds like we use bowls today to serve, to gather water, to serve food. And we use these today for offering our spirits food. Now, the oldest gourds, well, gourds have been used, it's one of the oldest tools. And the oldest ones that have been found still in existence are around 13,000 to 11,000 BC, which is amazing because these things, I'm surprised they even lasted that. And the first pottery makers, or those that made pottery, molded their potteries or their vessels after gourds. And gourds are mentioned in the Bible and have been found in Egyptian tombs, and with very early specimens discovered in Peru, indicating that their use as means of recording time and religious ideas and events. So we still use them in similar ways. So now you see right here the clay plates that I purchased in a shop. And just like the jícaras or the higueras, we use them to make offerings to the spirits. They are connected to the element of earth. They have all the elements, of course, in them, because it takes all the elements to create a clay vessel: earth, air, fire, and water. And of course, the blood and the spirit of the man who is creating the vessel. But the vessel, the first potter's wheel was invented in Mesopotamia sometime between 6,000 and 4,000 BC. But the clay pots or pottery, the oldest ones are from around 29,000 to 25,000 BC. Now, Genesis 2:7 says, And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So, according to the Bible, the first man, Adam, was created from clay. Now, in the Hebrew words, Adama means earth, or Adom means red, which is like the red clay. Dam means blood, and Adam means human, or that which comes from the human origin. Eva or Eva originated from the Hebrew word shava or hava. Shava means to breathe life into. Shaya or hava is to live or to give life to. The first man, Adam, was created from red clay from the earth, and the bond between Mother Earth and man has been there since then. Now, the Bible is not the only mythology where God created man out of clay. In fact, you'll find that in many major religions. In Greek mythology, Prometheus molded humans out of water and clay. In Sumerian mythology, the gods or the god Enkidu created humankind out of clay and blood. In Egyptian mythology, Khnum creates human children out of clay and placed them into the womb of women. According to Chinese mythology, Nuwa molded figures out of yellow or red clay. In the Babylonian creation myth, Ninhur also creates man out of clay. According to Hindu mythology, the mother of Ganesha, Parvati, made Ganesha from clay and turned the clay into flesh and blood. And in Yoruba mythology, Obatala creates the first human race out of clay. So you will find clay in most major religions. In Inca mythology, the creator god Vira Cocha formed humans from clay. And according to Native American beliefs, the earth maker formed the first figures of man and women from clay in which he breathed life, or they breathed life. So this is not only in the Hebrew tradition, it is worldwide. So we use the clay vessels to offer to our spirits their food. They are connected to the element of earth. And you will see in many traditions, like in Santeria, where an elegua is always placed on a clay vessel. You will see in the Yoruba traditions or in Santeria or Lokumi, where many of the orishas are housed in potisas of clay jars. And these potisas have a lot of origin within the Taino mythology, because the word potisa in itself comes from the Taino word for jar or vessel. So you will see that a lot, in our traditions, and it is part of the element of earth. So you are grounding and you're making a sacrifice and you're giving to the spirit. So all the tools that we use today in our traditions have very minimally changed since the beginning of our traditions. We continue to do this to honor our ancestral ways, our spirit guides, whether it be from Africa or from Native American traditions or from Indo-European traditions. These are the ways that our ancestors, these are the tools that our ancestors use, and we still use them today because we view them as sacred items that connect us to our ancestral spirits. So I just wanted to talk about that today, because a lot of people wonder, why do we offer our spirits, food or offerings in clay vessels or in jicaras? It's because these are sacred tools that link us to our ancient past, our ancestral past. Why do we use the maraca? Why do we use the gourd rattle? Again, because they connect us to the prehistorical part of us. It's that connection to our ancestral lineage and our ancestral blood and heritage and customs and traditions that we try to keep alive. So most of the tools that you will see in, whether it is in in Lukumi, in Ocha, in Palo, in Umbanda, in Voodoo, in Sanse, in Espiritismo. These tools are tools that our ancient ancestors used.